God, you call me by my name. The love you give me, I just can't deny. Yeah. No.
Hey guys, so we are starting off with a fresh face. Today we are doing a full everyday beat, okay? It's about to get real lit, okay? So as you guys can see, I started off with my eyebrows already. I used the LA Colors dip brow along with the spoolie, and I use this edge control to lay my brows down because it really helps. So now I'm using my NK concealer, and I'm starting out with the middle of my brows. I like to start with the middle of my brows. I just find it to be more comfortable. I don't know why. But then I start to work my way to the front just to make sure I get that precise line that I want. And y'all, something funny, a little fun fact, if you don't know this, I actually have asymmetrical brows. So if you didn't know that, you're probably gonna know now because I just said it, and now you're gonna pay attention. So instead of my brows being sisters, they end up being cousins, okay? But they still be on fleek. So now I'm also putting some concealer at the top of my brows, and I don't know if it's just me. I feel like I'm one of the very few people left that still puts the lighter concealer at the top of their brows. I know everybody that I've been seeing recently likes to just do a concealer that's close to their foundation, but I still feel like I'm stuck in 2016. But it's cool, y'all. As long as we not looking like the brows is floating, it's okay. So then I like to gently just brush out the middle and just make sure it's not too boxy. And look at y'all, like I said, asymmetrical. So now for skin prep, we are using my all-time favorite e.l.f. hydrating primer. Come on, like, do I really gotta explain it? If you know, you know. As y'all can see, look at that. I'm struggling to get sis out, but I'm gonna make sure I use every last drop because one thing about e.l.f., they really did their big one with this for it to only be $10. I have dry skin, and the hydrating primer literally is perfect for dry skin, but I really like to focus under my eyes because that's where my concealer is gonna go. And I find that my concealer sticks all day and amazingly. Like, literally, you want to make sure that you get them creases. So for foundation, I'm using the Lancôme Idole Ultra Wear, and when I tell y'all, this has literally been my favorite foundation for like the last year. And let me tell you something, this one is the matte one. Now, mind you, I have dry skin, like I said, so if you're dry like me and you want to wear matte foundation, you definitely want to make sure that you prep and prime your skin, and make sure that if you're gonna be matte, make sure that you're moisturized and geared up, okay? But this stuff is literally amazing. Just love the way it feels and how it melts into my skin. And I am in the shade 455 Warm. Okay, so let me put y'all on just in case the girlies don't know. So I don't focus on putting foundation under my eyes anymore because that's where the concealer is gonna go. And I find that when you put more product under your eye, that's what really causes the creases, and that's what makes your concealer crease throughout the day. And bruh, when I tell you, when I stopped doing that, oh my gosh, it has made such a difference. So now for concealer, I'm using the NK Makeup, and when I tell you, this concealer is so hydrating. It's so thick and creamy. I just love it so much, and it's definitely full coverage. I believe this is in the shade 07. Just double check in the description box just in case. But yes, this concealer, I have been loving it. I tried it out, I believe, like a month and a half ago, and I have not looked back since. And I think it's only like $3 in the local beauty supply store. So yeah, girls, make sure you run and do this concealer. Well, try this concealer, because let me tell y'all about to see how snatched I'm finna be. So now, as I let my concealer set, I usually go straight into the blush, but y'all, your girl has picked up her bronzing lately. And let me tell you something, I'm glad I got back into it because, it gives that extra pizzazz to a look. And I'm here for it. I'm using the black opal. This is actually a foundation stick, but I use it as cream contour, cream bronzer, whatever. And I like to put a little bit, not too much, because I do like to still have that natural kind of look. Not anything too dramatic, but to just give like a nice little sculpt to my face. So I like to contour everywhere except my nose. I love my nose, and I also just like to put concealer on it, so it actually just gives the effect that I contoured it, but I really didn't. So that's a little tip, girlies. Now I'm using my all-time favorite liquid blush, and this is in the shade Coral Rose by Juvias Place. And let me tell you something, I had this blush for like almost a year now, if not a year already. Like, the pigment, they did they big one. Okay, that's it, that's all. Let me just say, I never thought I would be a girly who's into like the orange or like coral blush. I usually am a pink and purple blush kind of girl, but this has changed the game for me. And honestly, now it's like my favorite kind of shade of blush because it looks so good on my skin. So now for the best part, we're blending out the concealer lightly. We're lightly tapping it because we don't want to pick up the concealer and leave patches on our face. But just look at how snatched it's giving already. Like, I can see my eyes is literally to my eyebrows, okay? That's how snatched it is, y'all. And like I said before, I just add a little bit of excess concealer onto my nose just to, you know, make sure that everything in my little T-zone is evened out. But again, no contour. It already looks like it's contoured by just adding that little bit of concealer. So after blending out my concealer, my blush and concealer ratio kind of looks crazy. So to make it look more smooth, I overlay the blush back on top of my concealer. I don't add any more. I just literally just blend it out just to make it look more seamless and just, you know, more put together. So now I'm using my Sephora Micro Smooth Pressed Powder, and I'm gonna use this to set my under eye. Now this is just step one, y'all, and as y'all can see, I be really using myself. But yeah, I'm going to set my under eye, but before I do that, I like to go right back under my eye one more time, just make sure that concealer didn't increase, and then I just press that right under my eye. I have literally learned so much over the years when it came to setting powder, creases, and everything. And one thing we definitely need to set our face is not just loose setting powder, but pressed setting powder, okay? It's a must in your makeup routine. You need it, okay? Because this is actually what's gonna change just the whole look of your makeup. Everything is gonna be 10 times more snatched, and you're gonna be able to walk around every day, okay, and all day looking good. And now I'm using my Juvias Place loose setting powder. This has definitely been in my inventory for a very long time. So I'm using this on top of the pressed powder because this is basically what's gonna seal the deal. It's gonna really lock it in. So pressed powder, it's definitely perfect for right after concealer because it literally presses in those creases, and then the loose powder on top of the pressed powder just locks it, like just keeps everything snatched. And then lastly, I like to use the NK brightening powder. So this is the banana shade, and this is just obviously to just brighten up my eyes a little bit, you know, if you want that little bit but not too much of a brightening under eye effect. This one actually works really nice. I do like that you can build as you go, but for me, I'm not a super bright eye under girly, so instead of me just using brighter concealer, I like to just brighten it up with powder, which is perfectly fine, and it still gives that same effect, and it's not super like bright in flashback photos. Like, it still looks snatched and clean. Now to set my blush, I'm going to use this coral shade in my Morphe palette, and I'm just gonna, you know, press that on top of the liquid, just bring out, you know, that extra color, but also not have it look so creamy, like it could just wipe off my face. So you definitely always want to make sure that you set your liquid blush. So now I'm going to go back with the Micro Smooth powder, and this is going to seal the deal for the face. We're going to set the foundation. We're going to set a little bit of everything, but basically the foundation, a little bit of the contour, and just make sure that nothing moves, okay? We need our makeup to stay on our face for the day, okay? Thank you. So for lip liner, I'm using my Anastasia lip pencil. And y'all, I had this pencil for so long. But when I tell you the color is just so bomb, I believe it's called Blackberry or Black Cherry. Like I said, make sure you check the description box. And I'm just going to line my lips, prep my lips for that good old lip gloss. Then I'm going to use my Urban Decay matte lipstick, and this is in the shade Backtalk. I literally get asked this all the time from TikTok, Instagram, and pictures. This is in the shade Backtalk, okay? So make sure that you check the description box, y'all. I love this lipstick too. It's literally so bomb. It goes with every lip liner, and it glides on like butter. So Urban Decay, thank you for this. And to top it off, I'm going to use my NYX Butter Gloss. And this really just makes the lipstick pop even more. It adds that nice little soft baby pink color to it. This really just brings the whole lip together. Like, it just eats all together. And here's the finished look. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah!